A listener question, Brian and Swanee, I love first-time home buyers. I love a first-time home buyer. I remember when I bought my first home. If you're out there listening, I bet you remember when you bought your first home. If you're listening and you've never owned a home, you're probably dreaming about the day when you buy your first home. But buying that first home is just amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Brian says, my wife and I are looking to purchase our first home. Would it make sense to wait until next year to start looking, or to, looking to let the coronavirus effects dissipate? Ooh, big word, Brian. I like that, dissipate. And I say, probably not. If Brian and his wife are anything like Neil and his wife, who actually came to us about 4 weeks ago, they decided they wanted to move forward, and they decided they would not wait. The concern of somebody waiting to move forward, I assume, by the way, if Brian, who asked the question, if there was a chance that he thought he might be furloughed or lose his job, maybe he would want to wait. But if he felt like his job was really secure, I think he might have some opportunities if he moves forward in the market today that he wouldn't otherwise have if he waits until the market is more normal, because you would have more competition when things are normal. I don't know if you remember, if you were here during the second segment of the show, we talked about the month's worth of inventory, or sort of the law of supply and demand as it relates to real estate. And when you have more buyers who are out there and want to buy properties, then you have sellers who are interested in selling properties, then it's a frustrating experience for the buyer, because they go to make an offer on a property, and the next thing you know, 3 other yahoos, or that's what they think, are making offers on the property too. And because they're getting financing, you're not putting a big down payment or whatever it might be, and things that are common for first-time home buyers, they get beat out by somebody who comes to the table and pays all cash. So my advice to Brian and Swanee is the same thing that we told Neil and his wife to do as they went through the process of buying and coming, and that is, if you feel safe and secure and buying a house is part of your plan, then it's not going to stretch you out too much, it's the right time for you, I say you get on after it. Because, as was the case with Neil and his wife, when they made offers on properties, they were the only one making an offer. Now, I know I talked in the first segment of the show about all the numbers of properties that were listed this month and the numbers of properties that had price decreases and closed and went under contract. But the reality is the market is about 20% off of where it would have been had we not had the coronavirus. And so that means maybe 20% of the buyers have been pulled out of the market. And it makes sense. If they're furloughed, if they don't have jobs, they certainly can't be out buying. And so, Brian, it could be that you and your wife are the only ones out there making offers on houses, and you might be able to get the house of your dreams without having 3 or 4 other buyers try to steal it out from under you. I know that they don't really mean to try to steal it from you, but that's what they're doing. And it's frustrating. Now, I've never had a buyer who was going through the process, first time or otherwise, who missed out on a house, who didn't find something that was just as good, if not better, at some point moving forward. But it is so frustrating. And so my suggestion, Brian, is that you and your wife move forward and get out there and at least put your toe in the water and see what is available, so that you'll have confidence in whether or not it makes sense for you to move forward.